Right, really strong start to the season for them. What do you put this down to? What do the stats say?
A number of factors, really. Firstly, this man, clearly a big factor at Brighton at the moment, a brilliant manager, someone who just fits that football club like a hand to a glove. He is absolutely sensational. He's the real deal, and he's highly respected by so many other Premier League managers because they all appreciate exactly what he does with that side, the style of football, the manner in which they do it, the togetherness of the group, the philosophy of the football club, the transfer strategy. Everything runs through that man and that football club. This really is the club that everyone is looking at going, how do you make it work? What do you do? How have you become so successful? A club that was in the lower reaches of the EFL that have now established themselves as one of the Premier League sides. Look at the first 6 games this season. It's exactly the same as last season, a really strong, solid start to the campaign. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. This season slightly better because they've scored an extra few goals, helped by that 5-goal thriller against Leicester at the weekend. They conceded exactly 5 as well compared to this time last year, and they've got 13 points on the board. So no question that things are going really well, and it all points to, like I say, the manager. They're owned by a fan, but run as a business. Tony Bloom has been brilliant in changing the fortunes of that football club around, investing in the training ground, which is state-of-the-art, investing in the Amex Stadium, which is top class, holding around 30,000 people. He's put someone in place in Paul Barber, who's a really experienced football man who worked at Tottenham. He's been around the game his whole life. He's a great guy to meet and be around. His personality is infectious, but he's a businessman. He knows exactly what he's doing and he knows how to run a football club. And that's key. Away from Graham Potter, Tony Bloom and Paul Barber, they've got people in place at the football club that understand their role and they're all together. They have obviously lost Dan Ashworth over the course of the last year. He's been replaced by David Weir, who was working under him for that time that Dan Ashworth was at the football club. They have succession planning. They have this in place throughout the whole of the football club. So whether you're the technical director or someone that cleans the toilets, you work together as a team and you have someone that is working underneath you. So if you're off sick, if you're away, or if you get a new job, the football club carries on as normal. And that's what happened this summer when Dan Ashworth wasn't in place. David Weir, another experienced man, stepped into the breach, took over the transfer philosophy of the football club and continued to operate as they had done under Dan Ashworth and before Dan Ashworth. That's because Paul Barber and Tony Bloom have put things in place at that football club to make sure it continues to run in the right way. They stick to their philosophy, their strategy, their Brighton DNA. They do things in the right way. They're sustainable financially. The football club is brilliantly run. And this is a football club that you would go to and think, this is what I want my club to be like. Great manager, great people, and exciting football. So, yeah, really good start to the season.
Yeah, that's spooky, the stats this season compared to last season. And if you add into the fact that they've lost some of their key players, haven't they, over the summer? And Mark Cucurella went for a lot of money, Basuma went, Morpay's now gone as well. But recruitment, how do they keep... There can't be that many rabbits in their hat because they seem to pull them out, don't they?
Well, it goes back to the way the football club is run and the structure that's in place. Not many other football clubs could sell 3 players for in excess of £120 million and still emulate their same start to the season, but that's exactly what Brighton have done. Cucurella in excess of 60 million. Neil Mopay, 20 million. Yves Basuma, into the last year of his contract, they got £35 million for him as well. So that shows you what exactly we're saying there, succession planning. They have things in place. When people leave, they have someone that can step into that. When you look at their recruitments, and Ben White is another one as well, they have 2 key points with regards to their recruitment. They sign young players that they see with massive potential, raw potential that they can develop, some of which they send out on loan to various clubs in European football to improve and then take them into the first team fold when they feel they're ready. And if they don't feel they're ready, they can sell them and make more. Of course, Paul Winstanley and Carl McCauley are the 2 people that head up their recruitment department. Paul Winstanley's been brilliant for Brighton over the years, and Carl McCauley is someone that worked with Graham Potter at Ostersund's and at Swansea. So he is the manager's filter. He is the eyes and the ears when it comes to recruitment. He knows exactly what Graham Potter wants. That's key. You look at Alexis McAllister, brought in 2019, went out on loan, came back, and is now a regular fixture in the first team. They signed him at just 20 years old. Leo Westergaard, someone else they signed in 2019, didn't kick a ball for Brighton, but they sold him this summer for £10 million. So that gives you an indication as to where they're at with this. They sign players, they develop players from their academy, Lewis Dunk, Solly March, Ben White, and they go and recruit players. And when they do recruit players as well, they try and sign the right characters. Danny Welbeck, Adam Lallana. Yes, they've had injury problems, but they are brilliant characters for that dressing room, and that's what's key for Brighton.
OK. I wonder, though, the succession, very briefly, is the fear that other clubs covet this man here and he could be on his way. The succession plan in place for him?
Absolutely. There'll be a number of sides, particularly those big six sides, that will be looking at what Graham Potter has done, and they'll be very interested in him. Whereas Brighton are quite relaxed about the situation. They know they've got a top-class manager, someone that's done a brilliant job and is happy where he is. Aston Villa were linked with him. He wasn't interested. He's happy where he is. There's a great project there right now, and he's excited to take Brighton to the next level.